welcome back to another studio vlog. Today I'm hoping to do like a day in the studio vlog, kind of with me kind of thing. And I've got so many things that I want to do, like a new lino print that I want to start. I want to start carving a new block. It honestly feels like such a long time since I've carved a new block. I think it literally was back in January and it's February now, so it has been a really long time. I've just been super busy kind of focusing on painting different backgrounds and things, and I think sometimes it's good to have a little bit of a break from carving because it can be quite sort of take a toll on your body kind of thing. It's quite physical and I always find like I get kind of sore hands from doing it, and it's just something that I wanted to take a little bit of a break from until I can get a little bit more motivated and just find something that I'm super inspired to carve. So I'm just going to take my time with it because, as I did say, lino prints can, like carving a lino block does take a toll on your body, and I don't want to like rush back into it. I just really want to take my time and things. So yesterday I actually received in the post some prints, some of the digital prints. I didn't like order them from a company or anything. I just got someone that I know who has a really good printer to print them, and these arrived yesterday, so I cut them up this morning because they came in like on an A4 piece of paper, so I've just cut them. They are just samples at the moment, like different paper samples and things, just kind of seeing whether the size is right, but I'm honestly so pleased with how they have turned out. They're on really nice paper. The paper is such good quality. These are obviously like digital prints and I'm just so pleased with them. I think that they are like, they're just exactly what I wanted, and I really like that the border is like slightly bigger here than on the sides. I just think that's really nice because I think the lino print itself is actually like slightly wonky, like it's not an exact rectangle, so I think that kind of offsets from that, so you can't see it as much. I mean, I know it doesn't help that I've literally just pointed that out, but I just want to be like totally honest with you guys. So when I carved this lino block, so this is actually was originally a lino block and I used a digital photo of it to create this, and then the background is a digital drawing. But when I carved it originally, I was in such a rush, I had no idea what I was doing because I carved it such a long time ago now, so it is like not, I think it's the bottom edge that's like slightly wonky, but I didn't want to fix it or like alter the lino print in Procreate or anything, so I've just decided to go with it a little bit wonky because I do really kind of like things like that, or where you can see like the paintbrush marks on a painting and it's not perfect. It just shows that it is handmade, and I really like that, and that's one of the reasons why I like lino prints, because it's like the marks are all made by hand, and the same with paintings and things. So that's just something that I wanted to keep in these prints, but I'm literally so pleased with them overall. This one is I had made into a sticker as well. These are like the first digital prints that I've done in a while. I did do some for my Patreon fun mail back in September, but I haven't done any since then, and it's just really an exciting thing for me to sort of be exploring at the moment, and I'm really pleased with how it's going. I'm super pleased with these prints and the quality of them, and that's one of like my main concerns with printing, is it uses a lot more, like getting things digitally printed, is it uses a lot more water than just lino printing, and it obviously has more of an impact on the environment. And at the moment I don't need like 50 copies or like 100 copies of a print just because I know they're not going to sell. I need like 5 or 10 copies of a print, so that in itself as well is super expensive to print. So it's not super beneficial for me to go through a company at the moment when I can just get someone I know to print them, and they're really good quality. It's like a professional printer and everything, still the same, but it's not a company. So I just wanted to explain a little bit about that because I am still kind of navigating the world of digital printing, because most of my artwork I just print myself at home where I paint it and things. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. If you guys have any recommendations as well for tips for digital printing, or like things to use in Procreate that help with digital art and things, I'd love to know, because I'm still learning so much. I literally have no idea honestly what I'm doing at all. Like even with lino printing I literally don't know what I'm doing. But now I am going to get on with the lino print, I think, and I'll bring you along with me for the rest of the day and see what I get up to. I have just made a little star on the lino block. At the moment I've been really enjoying using drawing ink to like paint the design onto the lino. I think it just works so well, and I think it gives the finished print more of like a painted look, which I really like, and that's what I'm kind of going for at the moment. It's just something that I really enjoy. I think it's much nicer for me personally than using like tracing paper and drawing the design on, because I can be so much more free with my lines and things. And I also like how it's not perfect and it's just been drawn straight onto the lino. I've done a little bit of carving of my new lino block. I'm only doing like a little bit at a time because I want it to be like really therapeutic and relaxing carving this block. I don't want to rush it or anything, so I've only done like the tiniest little bit. And I did actually draw the design onto this block with drawing ink. I didn't trace the design or anything, I just drew it straight onto the lino. This is definitely my favourite way to transfer my design onto the lino. In the past, in loads of my videos, I think I've shown me using tracing paper to transfer the design or just drawing straight onto the lino with a pencil or a pen or something. But using drawing ink is definitely my favourite. I really like the effect that it creates with the print, because it comes out and the overall print looks kind of like it was hand painted, which I think is really nice. And I really like to be so much more free with my work and just draw it straight onto the lino, and the drawing ink really helps with that. It's also super easy to kind of carve because it's really clear to see where the lines are and things, whereas sometimes if you draw with pencil or pen it's not as clear or it can smudge and things. Drawing ink, it allows me to be so much more free with my work, which is definitely something that I have been wanting to do. And it's kind of hard with lino prints and printmaking, I feel, for me personally, just to be like more free with the work, because it's so much more precise. Like carving the lino is a really precise thing, and like creating the design and everything is such like a process, it's such a longer process than just painting. So I've always found it in the past to be like, it's so much more difficult to be really free with my work and like free-handed and free-flowing and just let my ideas kind of flow. So this is a really good way that I have found of doing that. And the same with like painting the backgrounds of the prints, which I have been doing quite a lot recently. That's just like me trying to create more free work in a way, and just like, I hope this makes sense because it's kind of difficult to explain. But in the past, my lino prints, I would plan them out for days and days and draw them and measure them and make sure that like all the lines were straight and things. When I first started out lino printing, it was definitely really good to do more like structured prints, just so I could improve my technique and my skills. But I've been doing that for like almost 2 years now, and I'm not super happy with some of the lino prints and how they came out. So I really wanted to push myself, and this is just like me experimenting with some new things. And like in a couple of months time or in a year's time, I might look back and think, what was I doing? These prints were horrendous. Because I look back at some of my lino prints from like this time last year and I'm just like, what on earth was that? Like, what was I thinking? Like the composition will be so bad and they just don't look good at all. And I think part of that is because I was completely overthinking the designs and I was overthinking the concepts and things. So this allows me to be so much more free, just using the drawing ink and like sketching in a sketchbook and then transferring that just onto the lino. And in my last studio vlog, actually, I did paint a tote bag and I completely forgot to like show you guys properly, but this is the tote bag that I painted. It's just, it literally has stuff in it because I've been using it every day. So I found this old tote bag in my flat. I just found it like in the back of my cupboard, and it originally had some like leaves on it here, which I had printed quite a long time ago now actually. So I was like, I really need a new tote bag. Like I have a black tote bag that I literally use all of the time, and I was like, I really need a new cream tote bag to use every day to go with like my outfits and things. So I was like thinking about what I could do with it, because it had like 4 leaves over the centre bit here, and I was thinking, I don't think I can print over the top of that. And then I remembered that I had these fabric paints, which I've literally been keeping, which I literally had in the back of a cupboard. So I decided to get them out, and then I used washi tape, and I just stuck in a rectangle over here, and then I just painted like the background. So I painted it blue, and it took like a couple of layers. First of all, I painted over like where the leaves were with white, and then I painted over the top with blue, but I think I could have just painted it over with blue because the paint was like super thick, because I had left the like lid slightly undone, so the paint was like kind of dried and it was so thick. But it worked really well for this actually, because I needed a super thick like fabric paint to cover the leaves, because they were printed in black. I don't know whether I said that already, but they were literally printed in black. So I painted the rectangle, and then I painted the flower in the middle first. And I didn't film this because I literally did it so late at night. Honestly, it was on it was like such a random thing to do really late at night, but I just had the motivation to do it. So I painted the flower and then the first couple of like wiggly lines, and then the next morning I finished it off, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out. This is definitely something that I think I would quite like to do in the future. I really like sort of printing tote bags and designing them and things, and I'm just so pleased with how it turned out. I think that it looks really cute, and again, it's like the use of colour. I feel like it's quite sort of nice that I covered the old black block prints with like a bright colour. It's quite like symbolic of my new style and things, I think. So I was just super pleased with that, and I wanted to give a little bit of an explanation, because I know in my video, like my last studio vlog, I just did the painting and I didn't talk about it or anything. I completely forgot. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I just completely forgot to mention anything about it. But I think it is something that I would like to do in the future, is make some more hand painted tote bags. I would definitely want them to be sort of like slow fashion, and so I wouldn't bring out loads and loads of tote bags, and I would want to hand paint them, so they would take quite a long time and their price would maybe be a bit higher because of that. But I just really liked how this one turned out, and I think like a long way in the future maybe it's something that I would like to do again, because I have previously sold some tote bags. I don't think the designs of those are very good, and I think I could definitely improve upon them. But it was just so fun painting this tote bag, and I've literally been using it every day. I use it to take my stuff to work and to go into town and stuff, so it's been so useful. So that is all of the artwork bits that I'm going to do today. I am probably going to record a Patreon video after this and then do a little bit of editing, but that's all of the arty bits done for the day. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed sort of following along with my day and seeing like my thought processes behind things and stuff. So I hope it was interesting for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you soon with a new video.